Day 2 of the Norman Smart murder trial, and today emotions ran high as the 911 tapes were played from the night that Lauren Brown Smart died. We have been following it from the very beginning. Smart is charged with beating his wife Lauren to death in their Walltower Road home. Well, along with the tapes, jurors also heard letters that Lauren wrote to God.
WJCL's Chelsea McDonald has followed the crime, investigation, and now trial since the start. She has the latest from inside the Chatham County Courthouse.
Well, I can tell you I saw a lot of tears and a lot of emotions during day 2 of Norman Smart's trial. The prosecution began with their opening statements. They want to establish the motive that Norman used violence to control his family. The prosecution brought up a dozen witnesses to show that Norman was abusive to his wife, Lauren Brown Smart. Including this 911 call, the jury heard hours of testimony from friends, officers, investigators, Lauren's cousin, and Norman's ex-sister-in-law. The jury also heard letters Lauren wrote to God.
God, I am miserable inside, but I don't want to be anymore. I'm depressed daily. I get manhandled by Norman in front of the kids. The only way to avoid that is to not speak, and that's unreasonable too.
But the defense claims Norman and Lauren were best friends and they loved each other. They are trying to prove there's reasonable doubt. They believe there's many other avenues as a cause of death and not murder. However, Lauren's cousin, Kylie Brown Shepherd, testified Lauren's 6-year-old son heard and saw exactly what happened the night his mother died.
He was talking about her crying. And at first I wasn't sure what he was referring to, and I asked him why she was crying, and he said that she was screaming, "Please stop." And I said, "Stop what?" And he said, "Hitting her." And I said, who was she screaming at? And he said, "Norman."
The prosecution is trying to prove Norman had a history of violence. Smart's ex-sister-in-law testified she saw Norman hit and threaten to kill her sister daily. This happened about 10 years ago. She said he even pushed her 8-month pregnant sister out of a window. She said his motto was, "Love is pain."
And he would just out of nowhere ask her and just say, "How many?" And she'd say 1, so he'd punch her twice.
Chelsea McDonald, WJCL News, working for you.
Well, tomorrow the prosecution plans to play a recorded testimony of Lauren Brown Smart's 6-year-old son. WJCL will be back in the courtroom. We will bring you the latest right here and online. And you can head to WJCL.com to catch up on the details. There you will find stories covering this case from the very beginning up until right now. You'll also see what's being done to help Lauren's family. It's a featured story on the right-hand side of the homepage at WJCL.com.